Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. I'm Fern. We got Joelle on the ones and twos. Ryan here sitting like the hooded soldier. Mimi is in the house. Mike is up in Jeff Fresh North Country. Come on down, Mike. You've been up there too long.
Too long.
It's almost Thanksgiving.
It's close. It's gonna come. It's gonna come faster than he knows. I'll tell you that.
Pause.
Why are we pausing?
Like, no, I'm saying what you said. Pause. Come faster than you think.
Oh, okay.
You're a pervert, Joelle.
Is pause the new? That's what she said. Okay.
All right,
now I know.
I'll take it. And our unique, super creative, must have been a mermaid in her past life guest is none other than Talia Craig with Petunias.
Woo! Petunias Floral.
Hi, guys.
Talia.
Thanks for having me. Long time no see.
Yeah. She's a mermaid in her current life.
She is.
Yes.
She is.
Yeah.
She's like a fish out of water. She's got such a creative eye, and she really looks at things from a different angle.
I think we need to know, are you a water sign? What is your sign?
I am definitely a water sign. I'm a Cancer.
I knew
I'm surrounded by cancers. This is
Love it.
wild.
That's where you got all the
Why?
good
Who's
people at,
a
man.
Cancer?
Both Mimi and Mimi.
Both of you. Oh,
Both of them.
man.
My wife is a Cancer. My son's a Gemini, like Mike.
Mike is a Gemini, but kind of has some
He has some
cancer
She's got a
traits.
Cancer moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I've got a Leo moon. It helps. It helps have a Leo
Helps
moon.
the balance, yeah.
I was born in December, guys.
Yeah.
That's as far as my astrology
That's
knowledge.
as far as you go?
That's as far as I go.
December.
Barbie's always
December
asking.
what?
December 15th. I'm a Sagittarius, but Barbie's always asking, what time were you born at? I need to know where your moon is at. Mercury
It does help you
goes to
get the
Gatorade.
details.
It's wild.
When the moon is in the seventh house.
That makes me think of 40-year-old version every time I hear that song.
Yeah, I love that. I watched that
actually
movie
seen
on a
that
plane
movie.
the other
There you
day.
go, Joel.
Look at that. A movie
wa-
Joelle has seen. Holy shit.
I watched that movie on the plane, and I just busted out laughing, and then people were like looking at me.
So every time I see the waxing part now in that movie,
Yeah, it was that part.
It's a flashback.
For here, yeah.
It's a
It
flashback
was
to
that
Ryan's face as he's waxing
That's
me
too
with
fun.
pure
That
joy.
was so fun. We need to bring that back. That was
I
a good-
gave the team an opportunity. They
You started using
did
us
not
as a free
capitalize.
waxing service.
It is
and now
wax
it's-
season.
Yeah,
Hey,
not into that.
I'm always down to do it around spring, right when we're going into summer.
That could be at the next Fresh Fest.
Ooh.
I see
speaking
you wearing
of-
the
yeah.
Fresh Fresh t-shirt there.
Yeah. Fresh.
Yes, I'm repping my Jet Fresh Fest.
Oh, I wore mine
T-shirt.
yesterday.
I wore mine yesterday
It's so
too.
cute.
I love
Is
it.
it weird
And I
for you
did
to
cut
wear
it into
a
a
t-shirt?
crop top.
I
You
was
know?
going to say, like, is it weird
Yes,
for you to wear a
but
normal
if I cut it
t-shirt?
into a crop top, then
So
it's no longer normal.
So the other day you came by and I told you just looked simply gorgeous as always. And I said to Ryan, I go,
Thank
do you think she owns like a pair of like leggings and like she ever just doesn't look amazing? And Ryan's like, I don't think so.
Yes.
Talia
There's a
has-
video coming up of that.
She has the
No.
best glasses in the game.
No,
Sunglasses,
she's got-
regular glasses. Look what you're wearing right now. You're killing it.
She's got styles. Look how she
got my
styled this Jeff
Rose
Fresh
gold.
shirt.
I actually bought these in Miami. I bought them at the Warby Parker in Miami.
Mm.
There you go.
You were like born.
No,
She
staying
should
in
have been like a
Coconut Grove.
model in like the 50s.
Mhm.
Like, kill
Okay.
it.
No,
I'll take that.
this style is in. Yeah.
It's in right now.
It's so in. Got my shag haircut. Very 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Just did a fresh trim before I got here. Or here. I'm in Tampa now.
Well, hold on. But
There.
you were just in Miami like
Yeah.
what, a week ago?
A
Then-
a Tuesday.
And then you were in what, LA?
I was in New York before
New York.
that.
New
A
York
few days
before.
before
Oh,
that.
yeah,
So
I saw
got-
some pictures. You were in my old neighborhood.
Wait, we need to go.
Oh, yeah?
Let's get her stuff because we have to come back to this
Okay, yeah,
stuff.
we do have to come back. All right, so we're gonna, Talia, you gotta tell us. We really want to know. You gotta tell the listeners how you got into the industry, and all the little steps that led you up to where you're at right now. We want to know, where did you come from?
Okay. You want the short version or the long version?
We want the Petunias version.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
Okay.
Good
Give
as you
us
can.
the long version. Don't cut anything out.
Okay, so let's see. I was a hairdresser for 13 years before I got into a car accident that broke my wrist.
Oh.
That's kind of where, actually, no, we could go back just a little bit more. So I have like a defining moment that I was like, okay, I want to do this, but I didn't know at the time that I was even capable of doing that. So basically, I used to do a ton of photo shoots. I still do, but I did hair for a lot of photo shoots. And the photographer I was working with at the time sent me this photo, and it was of a really beautiful girl. She had really long hair, and she was wearing flowers, like they were just kind of like growing out of her hair. And so the flowers started at the top of the head and they went all the way down her hair. And I was like, that's really cool. So that was like the vibe we were going for. And I was just going to do the hair. But then I was like, I need to try this. So, like every crafter does, I went straight to Michael's. I got myself some faux flowers. I made like these it was kind of just like a clip-in extension kind of thing. Cause I'm thinking hair. And so I made that for her, and it was like this beautiful cascading, whatever. And then, I also found wax flowers, and I was trying to think of where I got those, but I don't think I would have found that at the grocery store. So I don't know if I went to a wholesaler or not.
Were you in
but
Tampa?
Anyway,
Were you in Tampa at this time?
Yeah. I was in Tampa, and the shoot was somewhere in St. Pete in like this nature preserve. And so I also got wax flowers and like put them all along her part and like all through her hair. And it was really cute. And after we got the photos back from that photo shoot, I was like, this is what we want to do. This is what I want to do. Like, this is so much cooler than just doing hair for it. So I started kind of dabbling into the flower crowns, which I've always been crafty. I had made a couple mermaid crowns before that with just all this, because like I'm one of those creatures on the beach that you see like foraging shells. I've been doing it since I was a kid.
That's cool.
So I have all these shells that I can't figure out what to do with. So I started making crowns just for fun, just for photo shoots, and I was still doing hair. So then fast forward a little bit, I get into a car accident, break my wrist, and immediately in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. My career is gone, and they're like trying to talk me down, like, no, you're gonna be fine. And I just knew, and I was right, because I had that surgery the next day. My wrist was in pieces, and they put the bones back together, then gave me like 6 to 8 months or however long. And I tried to go back to work, and I was just in so much pain. Like I couldn't even open a Ziploc bag without like being in so much pain. So
Damn, that's crazy.
Had to do a second surgery because my ligaments had torn during the break, and they had healed, like scarred over, but healed, torn. So they had to go back in, do a second surgery, put my ligaments back together, and then COVID hit. So then I'm home.
Was this in
home.
Both wrists, or was it just one?
Just one.
You're
yeah,
dominant.
I think it was the airbag. So it was actually the safety feature that got me. But so then COVID hit. So then there's lockdown. So I feel a little less pressure to heal right away, because no one could work. So I'm healing during that time. And I swear the only thing that got me through it mentally was Bob Ross. Every day, all day, every day, watching Bob Ross. And
Happy trees.
Were you painting while watching, or just
Happy
having it in the
trees.
background?
Just watching. Well, because I was also feeling like, I mean, when you have, I don't know if you guys have had surgery, but when you have surgery, they put you on a ton of drugs. And I had all kinds of nerve damage and nerve
good
pain.
stuff.
So like,
And not only that, with the
but I felt
anesthesia,
so
you get the
awful.
fog, right?
You
Like
kinda-
I had the fog for a
Mhm.
while after one of my surgeries.
Yeah.
and
I
was
love
just like,
To sit
anesthesia.
and binge Bob Ross, you kind of need to be on something, though.
well, yeah.
yeah. Well, there was a lot of weed involved.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
To help
That's
with all
perfect.
the nausea from the drugs, from the prescription. Oh gosh. But so I was just kind of like sitting around, couldn't do much, and I would just kind of tinker with the flowers with my other hand, just like gluing things and whatever. Somehow I ended up creating things. My mom would be there to help me like hold stuff steady. um, and I don't even know how, like I was still in a brace that I started doing markets because, you know, if any of you have crafted or love to create things, eventually you make so much that you're like, what am I going to do with all this shit? Like,
That's what my garage
I
is
either
filled
have to
with
give it away.
It's like a cemetery of past projects.
Yeah.
But are they finished, Ryan, or is it
try
like
and
in
sell it.
wood shop that it's like a half done?
There's a mixture.
You know,
There's some,
board.
some a little bit of both.
Yeah.
There's
That could
some-
be that
Yeah,
could be
I
a
have so many
class. You know,
tabs
I'm
open.
taking a lot of experience classes to find like some creative. Last night I made macaroons. But you do a class of maybe you should do like finish my project.
Finish
so you
my
sell
project.
all the
That's a great
projects,
idea.
and then you have them. You know, finish your own project. You know, because now that's a thing. Like
That's
you
a
know,
good idea, actually.
Mhm.
I could
Oh,
use that.
if you could only see what's back here. I've got so many projects started,
There's a bird's nest in the
not a
corner.
lot of finished.
This could be like a Where's Waldo. I see some anthurium. I
Oh, yeah.
see it looks like a crown. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see some house
Here's
of
some spider
stems
gerbers.
and
I'm trying
anthuriums.
so hard to keep them alive. Their water gets really gross really fast now.
Oh,
They've been
yeah.
through a lot. I put them
You can
through a lot.
add a little
But I'm still gonna
you
use
can add a
them.
little chlorine into the water for a little bit to keep it because actually the gerba it's
Good
like
call.
a slime and then it's really that's just creating bacteria. Mm-hmm.
It's gross.
It's the ooze.
Ews.
They get
Ooze.
so gross, but the prettiest ones do get the grossest, I think.
That's the process.
You know?
in everywhere.
So at what point did petunias become officially petunias?
Oh, well, I want to say it was 4 years ago. I believe I kind of judge it by when I got my fictitious name like officially settled.
Mhm.
And that was February of, what are we in 2024? Like February of 2020. So I actually have a COVID business that I started like most people did, like so many
yeah.
people did.
It's amazing.
So,
Most of
yeah,
the
it
world
was a
pivoted
COVID
at
business.
COVID.
hmm And I was stuck home anyway because I was healing my wrist and I couldn't do anything. And then COVID opened back up like real quick here. Or COVID, like workspaces. And the salons were like, the salons were like phase 3 or something. And during phase 1, the governor opened up salons. So I went back and then realized, because I was renting a chair and I just couldn't work long enough I couldn't take enough appointments to actually pay for the chair because of the pain that I was in.
Oh man.
And then once I healed my ligaments, I mean, like this is my wave. I know the listeners
And
can't
plus, you
see
gotta
this,
have
but
your
like,
hands up.
So your
Like,
right
you have to
hand.
have your hands
Yeah.
I
up.
can't
That's
even
the
get
hand?
the right, my right hand. I
Yeah.
can't even get like the right angles anymore to do the cuts that I was doing. So yeah,
Do you have any weird like
eventually,
body bendies, anything like that?
I
yeah.
have a bad ankle.
You limp. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the pimp with the limp. I got a bad ankle.
Well, yeah, Fern, you got in a crazy car accident.
Yeah.
That was right around COVID, right before.
No, right
And-
after.
I was worried
walked
about
away.
You
you.
had the limp before that though.
Well, I had the
Yeah.
limp before
Okay.
that. No, I hurt
He
my
walked
ankle.
away.
I hurt my
Which
ankle
is
playing.
amazing.
It wasn't even playing. I was walking off football practice, summer 2-a-days, and walking to the parking lot, and there was just this patch of grass that had grown over a big hole. Like it was a big hole. So
Ooh,
it's the middle of summer.
Ryan's laughing.
It's hot as hell. I'm carrying all my football gear, walking to the car, and then it just looked like a sniper shot my leg because all of a sudden I collapsed. Like I just, boom, I fell, and my ankle, like the coach was like, walk it off. I never really went to the doctor, never healed right. So now I limp forever.
Wow. Talia, show your hands again. I'm sorry. I was trying to see. Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can see
Is
how
there a
it's
tattoo
like.
on your wrist?
This one's
or is
like
it a scar on your
diagonal.
wrist? On your right
I
wrist.
have a tattoo
Oh, there's a tattoo.
over
It-
one of my surgery
I was gonna say
scars,
it looks like
but
from the lighting.
it's like
yeah.
hard to show you.
Wow.
Oh, but that's over the
It's a
scar.
Petunia, but it's also my dream car. I was so proud to buy that car. My dream car, I named her Petunia.
What was the car?
And so it's like It was a Mini Cooper S convertible. It was the 2-door.
Nice.
She was so cute and pepper white.
Oh.
What was her name?
I love that
Petunia.
car so
Petunia's
much.
too?
Yeah.
Her name was Petunia.
Yeah.
The second one was Daisy. And now this one, I'm like going, I don't know. I want to call all my cars Daisy, but this one is called Blossom, the one that you guys continually stuff with flowers. Hey, they fit every time. I'm really surprised.
I just saw them stuffing a Cybertruck full of flowers.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That was pretty Miami.
Yeah, I was amazed.
That's very Miami.
Look at my flower order in my Cybertruck.
So what were you doing in the New York City flower market? What are you doing up there in New York City?
Oh, just living my best life, just prancing around.
She did the most important number one
like my
New York
happy
stop.
Place. Yes.
The bacon,
I feel like I've developed a routine now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I have to say that was the best bacon, egg, and cheese I've ever had. And I've eaten so many of those in New York. I'm telling you, it was the best one.
Because it was nothing special, right? It was not. It was just in a regular bodega somewhere, deli.
Oh no, it was special. He told me. So it was a street cart. Like, because there's always a street cart. If you go to the flower market and you go to the end of 28th, that's closest to Dutch Flower Line, because I always go there first. I go to Dutch first, and then there's always a street cart there. But I think it's a different guy now, because I always get a bacon, egg, and cheese there when I go to the market. It's like part of. It's like this routine that I've come up with now that just like happens now. Yeah. So, but this guy, he's like, do you want, because my order is usually bacon, egg, and cheese, salt and pepper on a casserole.
Ketchup.
Nope.
What?
I usually don't. I know. I usually don't get anything, but he's like, do you want mayonnaise or ketchup? And I was like, I'll have some mayonnaise. And he goes, oh, I made the mayonnaise from scratch.
Oh, shit.
I made it with love. And I was like, okay.
Always
Put that mayonnaise on there.
Always mayonnaise over ketchup.
No, I used to get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, salt, pepper, ketchup, and a coffee for $2.50.
Did they give you the coffee in the little blue and white cup?
Yes. Yeah, it's our pleasure to serve you.
Yes.
The Greek cup.
The Greek cup. I love that thing.
Yeah. Well, actually, where the McDonald's is, you know where the McDonald's is on 6th Avenue and 28th Street? Before there was a McDonald's, there was a Greek diner there.
Mm.
Oh.
And people would be eating lunch at like 6 a.m. Going there for lunch. Yeah.
I love a diner because you can get breakfast food at any time.
Exactly.
Anytime.
I love breakfast food all day.
Breakfast is my favorite.
There you go.
For sure.
So you were in
But
New
anytime
York.
I go.
I'm a bacon, egg, and cheese first.
Yes, sir. Well, why were we, besides the bacon, egg, and cheese, what else were you doing there?
That's super important. That's the whole Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to talk about food and flowers.
It's pretty good on a bialy also.
But while you were in
Where?
They're good on a bialy.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
A bialy is like a flat bagel, and it's usually got onion in the center. It doesn't have a hole.
Oh, all right.
And you like it, Mike? It has onions.
Delicious.
I used to like it.
Oh,
I like onions. They just don't like me.
Oh, okay.
Did you eat anything else in New York? Did you go get like a famous sandwich or like a chicken parm cutlet,
some pizza,
or some pizza?
Well, okay. I knew that I had an event in Miami where I was going to be in either a mermaid tail or a bathing suit the whole time, so I didn't eat like I normally eat in New York. I did have some pizza because it was like part of like this end of the fashion show type of routine for the designer I worked with. But yeah, I ate a lot of Thai food. I have this favorite place called Fish Cheeks. It is like the best restaurant ever. Oh my God. And to be honest, a lot of my favorite places have closed, which is sad. But
that's happening down here. That's happening down here. All through Wynwood, most of the restaurants have closed.
It's because people are obsessed with the new spot. You know,
exactly.
Like after 2 years, you move on to the next place.
And also the rent is too high.
And the rents are going through the
that.
Roof in Wynwood.
Yeah.
And
So
Uber
you're
Eats
doing
takes too
flowers,
much of
though,
a
in New York.
percentage.
She was doing New York Fashion Week.
Dang.
Yes, so I went for New York Fashion Week. It was very last minute. I had an influencer reach out and ask me for a crown, and you know, I had kind of like a budget set aside for how much collaboration I can do and summers are pretty slow for me. So I almost said no to this, but I'm glad that I didn't. But she reached out. She wanted one of my crowns, and I was like, "Look, I'm out of I've already maxed this budget out, but I would be willing to do this for you if you wear it to New York Fashion Week." So she's like, "Okay, I'll do that." So she ended up wearing it to New York Fashion Week. Got me. I mean, it it was definitely a masterpiece that I made. And she made a post while I was there. She got me like almost like 800 new followers, like from just that one post. And then I had a ton of orders to come back to.
Congratulations.
Which was amazing. Thank you. But before that, I spoke to one of my friends who is she's a jewelry designer. She makes, she puts the flowers in resin and makes jewelry out of them. Her name's Blossoming Love. And I asked her about the influencer, and she gave me a really good review about her and said that was like the best influencer she's worked with. So, and then she mentioned Fashion Week and that she was going. And I was like, I actually have a flight credit that I have to use by November. Maybe I should just go. So then I went, and she was doing a photo shoot and a runway show, like accessorizing for it. So she actually got me in to make some flower crowns. I had 2 flower crowns on the runway, and then I had one bouncing around to the event on an influencer. So that, I guess technically that was my first New York Fashion Week for Petunia.
Congratulations.
And I think it went really well. Thank you. It was so fun. I can't wait to go back.
When you say flower crown, I've seen some of your work. It's like they're looking like it's wired.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're like a master at wiring.
Is it a one round thing that's below the hair and then the wires come out, or are you wiring it somehow? How do you do that?
Both. It could be either, really. Sometimes I put them on a headband if the flowers are super heavy. And then other times, but usually it's something that I learned from Passion Flower Sue, who is like my flower godmother. I wouldn't even be who I am as a floral designer if it wasn't for her. Like, I owe like all of it to her.
Did you take classes with her, or was it just,
Yes. Yeah, my first class from Passion Flower Sue was her flower tattoos.
Cool.
That was the first bit of education that I paid for as a floral designer. And I'm so lucky because, I mean, like there's nothing wrong with going to flower school, but I had already gone to hair school, and I know that, they teach you the basics, they teach you the techniques and everything, but I didn't want that. I wanted to just see what came out. I didn't want to learn the official anything for this one because I'd already done that in my past career, and I just didn't want any limit. So I'm fairly self-taught, and the rest of it comes from Passion Flower Sue. So I'm very lucky that she was the first educator that I found, because she's just so creative, and everything she makes is just amazing. She's just so yeah. So that was the flower tattoos is the first thing I learned from her. But yeah, I call them fairy crowns. I think she calls them floating flower crowns. But yeah, I'm trying to emulate, like, in cartoons when either they fall in love or they get hit in the head, and there's a little bird flying around.
Yeah,
I try to do that with flowers.
That's perfect.
I still haven't figured out a good name for that, but right now I'm calling them fairy crowns.
They definitely needed something, because flower crowns doesn't. No, that's not the right word.
I think of the old school flower crowns.
Not at all what you're doing.
And your wearables, you have more than just crowns. So like I mean, honestly, when you said you had the accident, you had so much damage in your hand, I'm shocked because your wire work. And for my kudos to all the florists that can do the wire work. Wire work is hard.
Intricate.
Yes, it's super hard.
It is
some
painful.
Of the pictures that I saw, you can't even see the wire.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I try to do this. Like, if I can do really, really, really dainty flowers, then I can do really thin wire, and it kind of just disappears because I want it to look like they're just floating. I don't want I never want you to see my mechanics. Sometimes it's necessary, but gold wire isn't really bad to look at, you know? Then it's more like, I see it more like jewelry. But yeah, I mean, those are probably it's one of my favorite things to make, and they're fairly simple and fairly easy. But yeah, the wire work did take some practice for sure. It is definitely painful on my wrist when I do a lot of it, especially when I work with the tougher wire. But I just got to do my ice baths and my stretches and all that to make sure I can still do it later.
Is this
do you make it when it's already started to be on someone's head, or you make it while it's on their head?
I have a glass head that I kind of attach the frame to. Sometimes like I can make, like I actually made one for myself on the subway when I was like on my way to an event, like a fashion week event, because I wanted something for myself and I just didn't have time. Like I was staying with a friend in Brooklyn for the second half of the trip. So I was like, oh, I've got time, you know, I can just make it on the train. It's definitely easier when I put it on my glass head, because then I can place them where I want them. But it was still fun because I stopped in Soho, which is like, I didn't mean to, but it was like my old stop when I used to work in New York, when I was a hairdresser. And so I was like, oh, let me just go here and I'll go get a coffee and I'll make a video of me attaching it to my head in the street. So I did that. I haven't uploaded it yet. I have so much to post and I'm behind, but it's okay. Editing takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like,
especially if
you're
trying to be relevant. Joelle's over here.
Yeah.
Preach away. But
I'm just one person, you know?
And trying to stay relevant with the event. Like, the event was today. I got to post the video today. Yeah. And if you do it, you rush it.
Yeah,
and
that
it's
didn't
never
happen.
as good.
That's hard. Yeah.
That did not happen at all.
We had another florist that we sponsored for New York Fashion Week, Julia Rose. And
from Australia.
And man,
cool.
She had to hire. Yeah, she had a crew. She had a crew helping her and filming and stuff, because that's super for her. What she had promised all the sponsors was instant, you know, which is from that point of view, you got to be able to.
Crazy difficult.
Yeah.
To do.
So she was like her first,
and enjoy the moment.
Her first thing that she did before anything, even before she spoke to like flower people or anything, was she secured social media, because she's like, this is how I'm going to sell it.
It's so important. Like, it really is what the vendors see. It's what the customers see. So it's like you're creating FOMO, you know, you're creating, you know, followers. Yeah. It really, really is important to get it while the time is relevant. It makes the value of the followers more.
And Celine and I both want to wear gyp skirts now.
Gyp skirts.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go to Australia to get one.
They were so cool. So they had like, you know, their flair and everything. It was nice. I like the gyp. Do you also do a lot of installation? So are you more wearable or installation? Do you like more, or arranging? Like,
yeah, because you do a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
You do arrangements.
Yeah, I mean, I started with crowns, and it's funny because I started with crowns, but then eventually got sucked in and tried almost every avenue. I haven't taught anything yet, but
yet.
I was an educator as a hairdresser, so I wouldn't be like opposed to it, but I also believe in like the seniority of the educator. And personally, I mean, I'm only 4 years old, or Petunia is only 4 years old, so I think I want more identity under my belt before I were to teach.
I think you should be 5 years old in Miami at this place that we know that's going to be really nice. And your first sign up is right here.
Hey, you guys spoil me rotten, so I feel like anything you ask me to do, I'm just going to do it.
The flower crowns.
Fairy crowns.
That was the first original thought when you created Petunias. That's where you were starting with, right?
not even the fairy crowns, the just flower crowns. Because the fairy crown is fairly recent.
Yeah.
Per passion flowers too. Yeah. I haven't learned that too long ago, but yeah, wiring flowers and I mean, when I was working with faux flowers, they all come wired. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to bend them and mold them into different shapes. So yeah, that was definitely how I started. Then of course, you get as soon as you're a florist, they're like, well, can you do a wedding? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I think my first arrangement ever was for my wedding, and it was ugly as hell. Now that I look at it,
what was
she was not cute. Hydrangeas and like what faux hydrangeas, faux maybe peonies. I don't know. They were like all this pink color. I did make some fairly cool ones. It was like on the beach, so I had like these conch shells that I had like hoarded from my bachelorette in the Bahamas. And so I got all these conch shells and made them the table, the centerpieces, and put faux orchids and like Phalaenopsis orchids in there. I think they were white. And so that was okay. That was fine. Whatever. A little bit hot glue. And
there you go.
You know, baller on a budget.
Yeah.
So yeah, the crown started with that, then moved on to somewhat a couple weddings and then events, and then it just kind of like I kind of bounced around to each avenue of floral design, and it's so funny because now here I am back with the crowns, and the crowns are like my thing. But I guess I had to try everything to know for sure that this is my thing. So it is really nice to finally feel like I have my thing. It took a long time to figure it out. I think I always deep down kind of already knew, but had to try it all for myself. But yeah, I mean, photo shoots are like my favorite thing to do. I love doing photo shoots because you can move things around and you can update the flowers, and it's not so permanent as far as like how you're working. You know, weddings, you let it go and you just hope it's okay for the whole event and you're out of there and they don't want you there, and you know, like it's and then you just wait and come back and see how they did when you break down. But the photo shoots, I like to stay. I like to move things around. If people want different positions, then we can adjust. And the crown, I usually will make a crown with it. And yeah, that's just what I really love to do. I love making flower crowns. I was pretty slow, full transparency, pretty slow this summer. But what actually got me through.
Summers and flowers are slow. You got to work twice as hard and you get half the result.
What got you through it?
And they hate going to Florida. They hate coming here.
Oh,
the flowers, all the prettiest ones. They're like, Florida is so hot. So, and then I have to explain to people like, look, they came far. You know, they hate the heat. All the prettiest ones, they don't like the heat. You know, they come from all these like mild temperatures. And summer is just brutal.
It's pretty interesting that it comes back, but you're doing hair and then it comes back to flower crowns. Like it feels like a natural, safe transition. I'm curious.
I do body flowers too.
True. That's true. I was curious if you're changing your business model now that it's kind of becoming your thing. Are you kind of more focusing on that? Or are you still open to a little bit of everything? Or are you kind of being put into this niche?
Well, I am trying really hard to stay true to what activates my creativity and what is good for my soul. Because as a hairdresser, yes, I climbed pretty high with it. I was an educator. I was constantly spending money on education. And
did you invent like a style?
I brought back a signature haircut. I went to the Sassoon Academy in London when I was younger, and I took myself there, put it all on a credit card, and it was like the best decision I made for that career. And I just learned so much. But
I got the Fern
from here up.
Fern's got the official Jet Fresh haircut, which is bald on top and beard on the front.
Yeah,
it's official.
Part of the uniform.
They're all work. That's the uniform.
So do you see, because I see similarities, like what would you say were similarities in the industries, like in the floral industry and the hair industry? Because you have to be you have to know your business, and it's hard, long hours.
And you need to be trusted.
Trusted for sure.
Yes. Trust is such a big thing with clients, and
my wife flies 1,500 miles to get her nails done.
That's because you live nowhere near a haircut.
It's all trust.
That's trust.
You live in the middle of nowhere.
There's plenty of places up here. But
what does the Amish salon look like? How do they blow dry with no electricity?
They just bring all the kids inside. Here, come here. Blow on this.
Don't get Mike upset.
He's comparing his $5 barbershop hair. Would you say you go? How much is yours when you go to the shop?
It's $10.
$10, but it's the
$10.
12 with the tip.
10 big ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
12 with the tip. But they're raising their prices. They're raising their prices as of January 1st, 2025 to $15, and they're only open from 7 a.m. to noon.
Mike's gonna fly just Friday. Over there just to get the last $15 haircut.
Mike's gonna have to fly Danny up.
I imagine you were charging a couple hundred for your bobs and stuff.
Hundreds. Try.
In New York, in New York, my haircuts were $120. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But nowadays,
is that the same guy as the jeans? Is that the Sassoon jeans?
No.
He's
Vidal Sassoon.
Vidal Sassoon.
Leave your hair silky smooth.
Yeah.
Fern, if you had hair right now, what kind of hairstyle would you have?
If I had hair,
if you had a full head of hair, no limits, you could have a full like this guy. You could
I'd have almost kind of. So my hair was curly. I'd have like the Patrick Mahomes or
a Jerry curl kind of.
No, definitely. Yeah. There's no soul glow going on over here.
So like a curly,
curly high top.
No, what's the?
Oh, a mullet.
Almost. Yeah,
I think
you would have
a curly mullet.
He would look good.
Mullet.
I just watched the Griselda Blanco on Netflix. I watched the Griselda Blanco. You could use the Reeve haircut.
That was a good show.
That just makes me think of something. Do you make wigs with flower crowns? Like, do you do prepared? Like, can you combine the both? Like a flower crown hair piece?
Trying to get me a flower crown.
I could. I haven't.
I am trying to get Fern.
I haven't,
some
but
golden locks
to say
or something.
I wouldn't.
I could see, like, if they were like flowy hair with flowers pre-milled, like something you would see in a fairy garden.
I don't know if the world's ready to see that kind of beauty.
Oh my goodness,
fresh mess.
I mean, I could watch you. Ready. I could watch you because I could just watch you do a whole channel on you placing the crowns on people, because when you put one on Mommy at Fresh Fast, and it was like a transformation. And this is why I totally get why people purchase these, and you're selling them on Etsy. You're also shipping direct, but Mommy. Like, her confidence was just so amazing. And
posture instantly
and
changed.
She loves it. She's constantly talking about those pictures.
My God.
But even the masks that you made,
she made the full face masks.
The full face masks.
When I look at our pictures,
thank you guys for that. That was so
when
fun.
I look at the pictures from Fresh Fest and I see those, like it captures a moment. You know what I mean? Like, so I totally get the photos. Like why it's so important to have flowers, and it was just like those were so perfect for how we ended the night. You know what I mean? Like it was like, like it was like, I don't know. I just love those pictures. But watching you,
that night was perfect.
You should start a YouTube channel, because that's apparently where the money's at. And what did Mr. Beast get? How much is Mr. Beast and Logan Paul?
There's a lot of money on YouTube.
They're gonna make $1 billion.
How much?
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Yeah, they're gonna be like the next.
Mr. Beast gave a guy $10,000. Mr. Beast is like super rich and famous YouTuber.
And all the kids and everybody.
He bought a grocery store and had a guy stay in a grocery store. The guy, he would get $10,000 for every night.
He stayed there for like 3 months.
He stayed there for 45 days. He stayed there for 45 days.
Can you eat the food?
It was 45.
It was 45.
You can eat the food. Right.
He got $450,000.
Do people come in and shop while he's there?
No, it was super. He was there all alone.
All I need is some books.
He's in isolation.
A couple.
How do you
of
get paid from
magazines and
YouTube? How do they give? How does that even work? How do you get
Views,
paid?
follows, likes, all that
sponsorships.
Stuff.
But how do they even know where you are and who you are? How do they send you
There's
money?
stats on it. YouTube.
You got to make them know who you are.
Yeah. Apparently.
I mean, YouTube. How do they know?
There's statistics for it.
Per every view, it's like 5 cents to 8 cents.
Yeah.
He gets
So when he gets
100 million views.
So like 2 years ago, we were like one of the 3 things away from monetizing our YouTube. We had enough videos and we had enough uploads per month, but we didn't have enough overall length watch time because we were always uploading 1 to 2 minute videos. So then we started making longer videos to add to the view time.
They got too long.
But then they changed it. No, then they changed it. So now I don't even know what we're short of, but we're a few things away from monetizing now because there are different rules and things that play it nowadays. Because Joel doesn't even have cable. Joel only watches YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And he's
I have cable. I just choose not.
My
to.
kids
but
don't
that's
have,
the generation. Like,
my kids don't have
100%.
TVs in their rooms, and I don't let them. And
That's
then
why
my
we need the
husband's
reality
like,
show.
you might as well because they're watching YouTube.
Our
Like,
reality show is gonna be on YouTube. It's not gonna be on a channel.
No,
like
that's where we could make
that's
the
where
money.
it's gonna go.
Give me the
You
money.
guys definitely need a reality show. You guys are such characters.
It's
look
really
good in Jet
a
Cash.
matter of just time and manpower. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
The talent is here. The drama is definitely
The
here.
talent is so there.
If we had
And
someone to
even
come
Jet,
in,
I mean, Jet could have his own show.
Jet
should.
should have his
He's
own
so
show.
cute.
Sleepy time with Jet. That'd be great.
Oh.
Snack time with Jet.
Story time.
Story
Nap
all
time
three
with
things.
Jet. He talks enough. He could tell us a story.
So I'm curious
He's got
if
lots to say.
yeah, Jet's the best. I'm curious if what flowers do you use specific flowers for your fairy crowns, and if so, why?
Well, I really love using, I mean, it depends on what I'm going for, but they have to be light and dainty for you to get that like twinkling effect.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what my favorite one is. I don't have it in here.
Like I feel like I've noticed butterfly, ranunculus, sweet pea, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Except butterfly ranunculus doesn't always, like, butterfly ranunculus is my favorite one to use, but it's not the most practical, especially in summer. They
start
they
wilting.
just don't
They're
make
so
it
thin.
sometimes. They're so thin. And like, it actually happened to me in New York. I made myself a butterfly ranunculus one, and I guess they had already been, it was a couple days they'd been in water, but I didn't put them in the hydration chamber, which I should have. But I didn't realize how windy it was that day. So I made myself the crown on the train, and I got out and started walking, and it was just so windy. And I was like, oh shit, this was a bad choice, because I had other options. I had orchids. I found orange Oncidium orchids.
Nice.
They were the most beautiful color I have ever seen. It's like my color. Like, can you guys get those?
They come
Was this
from.
at-
They
every
come
time.
from the color enhance oncidiums. Normally come from Japan. They're
color enhanced.
Yeah.
They look
They have
natural. Like
natural-
they don't
they
have
have
veins
natural.
or
Depends
anything.
on the ones you have.
They have natural.
But those
Okay.
are. I've seen those from Japan.
They're amazing. I was just like, oh my God, I wanted to buy like a whole box of them, but I was obviously going to Florida and then going to Miami right after. But anyway, so by the time I got to this event, it was like warm inside, and the whole place, it was a Prada event, and the whole place was filled with anemones. That was like their thing for their new perfume. By the time I got in and got into that like warm air, they just gave up. They were just like, bye, I'm done. Hope you enjoyed yourself. So I ended up taking it off like halfway through, because I was like, I can't just like rock these like dead flowers. But those are my favorite for photo shoots and quick things. And then I used to love straw flowers, but I'm like really allergic to them now. So, which is sad, because they're like my favorite flower. But
did you find that out the hard way?
I still use them, but I did find out the hard way, the very, very hard way. And now I have to have
how
an
allergic?
EpiPen.
Like you broke into hives allergic? Your hands went red or?
It all happened at once, and for a while I kind of thought it might be like whatever they're putting on it for like the pesticide or something. The first ones that I noticed a difference was I got them from New York somewhere. I brought them all the way home, and all of a sudden, like while I was using them, because I love the smell of them too, so I was like constantly smelling them. And their pollen is really fine. So it just got everywhere, and I had a cat scratch on my hand that turned into a huge hive. Then I had been smelling them, so my nose was so itchy that I could have scratched it with like a cactus and it still wouldn't have been enough. Like it was just, I was like losing my mind, tortured. So then there was that, and then my eyes were all like completely stinging, burning, and I sneezed like 20 times at once. So I was like, well, clearly something's wrong here. And I don't even know what I thought it was. I thought it was something else. And then next time I got straw flowers, same thing happened. I took a big sniff and I was like, oh, my whole face is on fire. And then I discovered that zinnias also. I went and rolled around in a zinnia field and had this epic photo shoot, and then was like, like Dave Chappelle, like the crackhead Dave. I was just like completely destroying my neck. I was like scratching my neck.
That's hilarious.
It was literally, I felt like crackhead Dave, and my whole back was covered in hives, my arms were covered in like everything. Seriously. But I still use them. I just have to, take some nose spray or something. But yeah, I probably shouldn't sprinkle their dust all over my face with a fairy crown.
That's they cause hay fever. That's what it is. Straw pharaohs and zinnia are related. So yeah, that's what it is. So you had an allergic reaction.
That's so depressing.
Hay fever. Yeah.
What else is related? Let's let her know before she gets hurt.
That was my quick. Well, I can't tell you, but hold
on. You always have the facts, Mimi.
Mimi, you always Mimi have does some. Not fuck
I learned
around.
So much from you.
She's a quick Googler.
Some of the other things, asters, marigolds, like they kind of have some of those similar reactions. So yeah.
Thank God I'm not allergic to marigolds. I love them so much.
I love the smell of marigolds.
It's almost time.
Halloween, it's coming.
All the marigolds.
I imagine you're a huge Halloween person.
We have marigolds now, though. They're coming
early
this
Halloween.
year.
I can see her big on Halloween.
No, because they bring them in for the season.
Do you have a costume plan?
From now to about Day of the Dead.
I don't know. Yeah, Dia de Muertos, I do like a whole ofrenda and everything because my dad's from Mexico. So I'm trying to tap into that a little more. And it's nice. It's nice to like sit with your, think of your family members, and the marigolds now, like that's what they make me think of, the smell of them. So they invoke a lot of emotion, still like happy feel. I feel like Day of the Dead is definitely the best way to approach death, like not to get all deep and morbid, but like it and the fact that there's so many flowers and it's just beautiful. Yeah. So it's a very pretty way to deal with it.
It is.
And the smell, the smell of marigolds is like one of my favorite things.
We haven't talked about Miami yet. And the mermaids.
The mermaids.
Okay.
The mermaids.
Miami. That Fresh has spoiled me rotten because you guys gave me so many flowers. So thank you. I made a whole flower
saw Mike's
set.
Face?
We did it.
He doesn't know about that.
Surprise.
Surprise, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, it was the best. I had a 4-day retreat. I actually participated in it too, but the photo shoots that we got of other people was like just made it all worth it for me. I didn't really care if I got good photos or not. I just wanted to, people to enjoy the set and use it. And I made one fresh flower crown. I made one mermaid crown that was with faux flowers, so it could just be dunked over and over and over again. Although the fresh crown was used by a lot of people and it survived. So, and then I made a set that was like a fairy garden.
So beautiful.
And it was a pool that we, like an inflatable pool that we put a backdrop over. And then I put some flowers on the water. I got all these interesting flowers. I've got some spider gerbras and the alliums really, I feel like really made it.
Yeah. The big purple one.
And yeah, and they're so tall. It was wonderful. So I kind of just like propped everything up against the side of the pool so that, because the photographer was going to be taking pictures over, but then we also had like this whole wall of areca palms. So even when we took photos from like sitting up, you could still see the fairy garden, but then, you know, the palms behind it was still really pretty. Yeah, it was just the most magical little set, and
these
hippie roses.
The hippies too. I haven't seen all the pictures. I really want all the pictures.
The pearl one.
We haven't gotten them yet.
Yes. I know, we're working on it. I think she might have another week.
Don't worry, they got a lot to post
of editing.
But that's the main reason why we sponsored it, is because it was something different
for the hippies.
It was a mermaid photo shoot, underwater photo shoot, and like it's different, it's unique, it's interesting. You know, it's not the same workshop.
I saw from the post that you put and the underwater shoots and the flowers all over the place, I was just enamored. I was like, wow.
I think it's important to show like that. The different ways that you can use our hippies and
absolutely.
And the more creative, all you need is to see something wild, and then you sparks your creativity. So it's like, I feel like those are the best sponsorships because they make sense to me.
We're seeking out those partnerships.
100%.
We want the more unique, creative, unique situations, and the weirder you use the flowers, the better it is for us.
I think that the hippies, so like, you know, you get these creative people, you know, like Talia with this amazing mermaid idea and thoughts of a mermaid flower shoot and all this. And then you combine the hippie roses, and I think that not just that they go hand in hand, but I think that they inspire each other to go a little more out of the box.
And that ties in with how we say, like, the flowers are paint, and we're looking for artists to paint it with, to paint the picture with the flowers.
That's how we think of
it. Straw flower.
No, just kidding. No, but I think that's awesome. I always wondered, you know, because you have to be inspired by the collaborations that you're building with these relationships, like the photographer, the artist, the hairdresser, everybody's taking a piece and giving a piece. So it's like super interesting how that works.
How many mermaids did you have in total?
I was gonna ask. I was gonna say, how do other floral people? What's your advice to other floral people?
No, more mermaids.
We want to know about the mermaids.
Is there official mer talk and things, bird words?
Oh yeah, there's a whole community. Like, it's a whole thing.
Is that a Tampa thing?
I'm just
because of the mermaids up there in Sarasota, right?
Worldwide.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, there's the Wiki Watching Mermaids, right? You know, because that's like kind of a staple of Florida. Yeah. But there's so much. Not to put them down, but there's so much more than that now because there's influencers and they're that just
do you guys think? Sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Do you guys think the pirate group of Tampa knows about the mermaid group of Tampa?
Yeah, of course.
I would think that they're rival groups.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
there are definitely mermaids on floats.
The episode with Ralph and Kim. Was it?
Kim.
Yeah.
I mean, once you put on that tail, I feel like you turn into a mermaid. Like, I haven't found the tail that would fit my bottom.
Photos. Oh my god!
I would love to see.
Find your
I would love to see Jimmy the Tulip.
I tried to get you into this mermaid thing. I tried.
We're gonna put Fern in a tail. Don't think you got out of it.
What sizes do they come in?
Don't think you got out of it.
I'll
stretchy.
definitely wear a flower crown. I'm in for a flower crown and a wig.
Yeah.
Give me a little,
Oh,
I'm in for that.
And,
I don't
and
know
that's
about
what
a mermaid.
that's what I love about this community. Like, when you do find these because it's almost like you're playing what you really want to be, and there's no limit about it. Encompasses all types of women, all types of bodies. I'm a big mermaid fan. Like, I think they're beautiful. Like, I think I'm not joking about once you put the tail on.
She says that, and I think of the movie Dodgeball when he walks into the girl's house and it's a unicorn.
It's unicorns everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I mean, I feel like we definitely need to escape some parts of this world, and if you got to put on a tail and add a flower fairy crown on, I mean, I think I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree.
And it makes you, like I said, Susan transformed. Like
her posture changed, everything changed,
and you feel more confident. Like,
I can 1000% see Fern frolicking in a tail. I can see it.
You don't frolic.
Yeah.
You frolic.
We will see it.
Oh my God!
Frolics.
Somebody
He thinks
shoot
he's getting
me.
out of it, but he's not.
No, fresh fast. Fresh fast.
Just
Fresh
wait, Fern.
Fest will just do it in like this.
It's gonna be Fern perched on a big rock. He's gonna be perched on the top of a rock,
And then everyone's going to take turns waxing him.
Oh my God! It's gonna take a lot of weed, a lot of mushrooms
Oh
to get
my
me
Lord.
there.
Hey.
I'll tell you that.
That's okay.
We're good. We got
That's
that.
okay.
We're okay with that.
Whatever it takes.
So which hippies did
She
you
used
get?
Pearl and Mermaid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pearl. Yes.
Pearl was the
They
main,
sent
and then
a
we threw a few
mermaid,
mermaids in
and
there.
that was
I can't wait to see the pics.
And then
'cause
I
know
actually
Pearl is gonna
I brought the
photograph
mermaids
very
back
well.
with me. Well, I brought pearls too, but the pearls sat in the heat for a long time, so most of them have perished.
Yeah, they're
or I
white
let them
base, so
perish.
I wouldn't imagine them lasting
Yeah.
very long after that.
But they were just so perfect. Every single color I used was in those pearl hippie roses.
Nice.
Everything that I needed out of a rose was in those hippie roses. Like, they were just so perfect. And then I brought them out and showed them to everyone. They're all like, ooh, because everyone's trying to get all magical this whole time. And I just brought them with magical roses. It just went so perfect. And then I actually do have an idea that I'm going to use the mermaid roses for. I might do it today or tomorrow. They're hydrating in the hydration chamber right now. But yeah, stay tuned for that. It will be.
Is the hydration chamber
cool.
like a special space, or is it like a cooler in your garage?
The hydration, that's also a passion flower soothing that I learned. It is, if you want to, it's basically for flowers that are going to be out of water for a good amount of time. So you take an airtight container, you spray it with water, you put a layer of paper towels, spray that with water, then you put your layer of flowers, not just one flat even layer. Spray that with water, paper towels, spray with water, and you just keep stacking that. And then you spray the lid, close the container, and put it in a cooler. You don't necessarily have to put everything in a cooler, but you just don't want it somewhere warm. The cold actually does help, as you guys would know. That just revives everything.
It locks in the moisture.
Yeah.
How many layers of paper towels would you say?
3?
I just do it till it's full. Like one layer per layer.
What?
Yeah, what brand of paper towels are you
Bounty,
using?
Because
come on,
Fern uses sparkle.
No, I do not. No, I
Does
do.
not
Barbie
matter.
would stab me if I brought.
I have.
Didn't you say that
I've
you
literally
sparkle?
had to return paper towels
when I was a single
wrong
man.
brand.
When I was a single man, I used to use Viva. To me, Viva is the best paper towel out there.
No way, Viva's
But
not that old.
When me and Barbie moved in, she got rid of my paper towels. She got rid of my stolen glass collection from every bar in Miami.
Because they don't match.
They don't match.
Bullshit.
Nothing
They're so
matches.
good. There were so
She
many
stole.
of
She
them.
got rid
I
of
did the
everything.
same thing.
My Outback
I
steak
had one of those
knives.
too.
Everything
That's funny.
disappeared. All of a sudden, it's just
That's funny.
it's whatever she wanted.
What is that?
She's trying to. I tell her she
Every
tries
guy
to
does
erase
that.
my identity.
There's something about it's like a souvenir, but it's like a good souvenir, one that you'll actually keep and use, rather than like a sticker you put it on somewhere and you never really always see it again.
Or you just stumble home with it in your hand and you're like, oh, how'd this get here?
Honestly, it really is fun.
That's
to,
how it
like,
started.
Leave the
That's
bar
really
with
how
your
it
beer and be
started.
like, oh, I got a beer cup, But-
You gotta get one
Yeah.
to go. Hello.
the mellow.
roadie?
I have
Get a roadie.
I have a collection of beers from the Mellow Mushroom. It's a pizza spot.
I
just
love
because
that
I
spot.
I love the logo.
good.
I love the you know what I mean, like the whole look of it. So I still.
They got some good pizza. Those
It's
people.
pretty good pizza. Yeah.
So I have an inspo. I want my mermaid shoot to be deep water mermaid, and I want to use Northern Lights. That's my favorite hippie.
It's so good.
I
agree.
love
I'm a big fan of
Okay,
that
she
one.
already knows.
I want like anglerfish coming
Done.
out, so we could put Fern as a giant anglerfish. And
Okay.
Oh my
So-
god!
Great. So
please.
just fucking make
So, Talia,
me SpongeBob
we have
and
the
Patrick
boat,
while
we
you're
have
at
the
it.
flowers. What else do we need to make this happen?
I have a
I think we
pool.
need to make
What?
this happen.
But we need to make it like a dark pool. All right.
All right, we're-
Enough ocean talk.
All right, but we do got some questions. So aside from what you've said, you know, that you feel a little bit of pain, tell us about a little bit of bad in your journey that, you know, some things, adversaries that you'd faced.
Well, there's the constant struggle of being as creative as you want and hoping someone buys it, hoping someone appreciates it. One of my biggest frustrations, I don't know if this is necessarily a floral industry thing, but my biggest frustration is as an artist, I would love to be known for my work and not necessarily just me. But I've noticed that since I'm really diving into social media to try and promote my business, I get way more attention if I'm in my own videos and posts.
Yeah.
And I would really rather prefer it be models and just my work. But if I post like just a photo of my work with no people in it, it gets almost like nothing. Like no one sees it.
Yeah.
And then I put on a cute dress and have to get myself together and then put that same art, same work in my hands, or I'm just standing there. That gets like quadruple the amount. It's really annoying. But I'm always appreciative of the attention that I can get, but it's kind of frustrating because, like, you know, you do all this work and then I feel like I always just turn into like a gremlin after I'm done because I've just like burst this masterpiece from my soul, but then I have to put myself together, put some makeup on, put a cute dress on, and then look not tired to present it so that I can actually get some appreciation and some attention. That's a little frustrating, but I know that that's how it goes.
That's what social media is nowadays. It's
I got to fight with these guys. I'm telling them, like, Casey, I love your videos of you showing us what's in the cooler, but if you're not in front of the camera, we're not going to get the same stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I think it's that we all are.
They want to see you.
When we're on social media, we're craving the human touch that we're wasting while we're on social media. So when I see, you know, that's probably what it is.
The best way to put it.
I relate to that though. I understand that. It's like an art. I think there needs to be like an art social media, you know, I mean, something more. Because most artists, I feel like most artists are behind the scenes. They don't want to be in front of the camera. They want the art to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they want that to really.
You pretty
sell
much
it.
have to act like an influencer.
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's literally what I have to do.
And that's why, like, when I go on
Sell your
Etsy, I get lost. Like, I just go on there just to look at all the different stuff because of that. Like, or, you know, like, not just, you know, the things that I like, you know.
Well, that's kind of nice about Etsy. Those people on Etsy are not, you know, spending their time making videos.
Yeah, they
selling
were
Etsy.
looking for handmade.
Yeah,
they're definitely looking. They've only just not recently, but like fairly recently added video. Like they're pushing that you add one video. You can only add one video, but you add the one video to the Etsy, and it does boost you a little bit.
I could see an Etsy social media page where you're just following creators and stuff like that. I can see that.
Yeah, I think people who shop on Etsy are definitely, for the most part, they're all looking for handmade or vintage or, you know, like stuff that's art that they can appreciate that they can't find anywhere else.
Right.
So that's why I do appreciate Etsy, and I do have my stuff on Etsy. I am sold out right now, but thank you to everyone who bought my stuff. But it's Etsy. I used to have an Etsy like a long time ago, but I've only just recently opened it back up.
What would be your turnaround time on an Etsy order? Just out of curiosity. On like a good week when you didn't have 20 things going on.
On a good week, well, it depends on what they've ordered, but if they've ordered a fairy crown, it's usually like a couple of days, but that's only just because I add those, I think it's 3 days right now, but I add that extra day because a lot of times I'll get orders that are like at the end of the day, or they'll be like on a Friday afternoon or a Saturday. So I need those extra days to get through the weekend where I can actually ship it out on time. But the fairy crowns don't take much. If they order a custom order, it could take, who knows how long it takes, because
how do you ship them?
The box is next to her?
In this box right here, actually.
Oh,
I have crushed this box.
Set up. Look at that.
No, it's a box that I threw onto a cart. Oh wait, I don't actually have my cute, well, whatever. No one can see it anyway, but I basically have these like mailers and they're pretty sturdy. And I've just found the perfect size, and I can usually put most crowns in there. I originally bought them for dried bouquets, but now I'm kind of switched over. I would still sell dried bouquets. I just haven't had time to make any.
Right.
All the crowns do take up a lot of time. Like there are a few crowns that I just made to sell like as a retail item, and they could take anywhere from like 1 to 2 weeks because I'll add all these little details, and sometimes I just go down the rabbit hole and I'll add beads and I'll add shells and I'll paint the shells and I'll, add all kinds of flowers and I'll put little embellishments on the flowers, and because the faux flowers, they last.
All
so
about the detail though. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Lots of detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, takes time. Takes a lot of time.
Wow.
And then I never really know when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's crowns that I have that I've been working on for years.
Yeah. You stop when the deadline is there. That's when you stop. That's how artists work. When the deadline
I can
is
no
due,
longer work any further.
I can no longer put more into this. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I could literally work on some crowns for like years.
Are you a procrastinator?
But I can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm like that person that works best under pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no longer any time for bullshit,
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually got that. That was written on one of my final exams in college.
Works better under pressure.
I had a printmaking class. I had a printmaking class, and I left everything till the last minute. And you were supposed to make like this outrageous number of prints, and on like a real printing press, like the ones that you like wind up, so I stayed in school till like 10 p.m. or something, banging out these prints. And then I think at one point my professor did come in and was like, "You're still here." And then the next day on my envelope full of prints, I got my grade back, and it said A with a circle. And then underneath that, it said, "You work well under pressure." I was like, okay. Yeah. That's like the best time to focus. That's like part of my process is I think, and overthink and look up things for ideas and think more. And then at the last minute, I put it all together when it's still fresh in my head, but there's no longer any time to bullshit. And then I just get it done. And I'll stay up as late as I have to. I mean, you saw that, Ryan.
That's when the best work is done. That window between like midnight and 3 a.m. I swear, it's like
that's
something
my
checks
best
in at
creative
that time.
time.
Like something checks in. Like you're no
I
longer
get my
tired.
second wind.
You're no longer tired.
Like your next day starts. I don't know what you call it.
Your creativity is just flowing at that.
No
time.
distractions.
Yep.
Whatever music you're vibing to is.
I'm
hitting.
such a night owl. Yeah. I'm also a musician, so I've always been doing this, but like with other things like learning songs or whatever. I play, it's hard to play piano. I'm getting back to it, but I play piano since I was a kid, and I've been a percussionist since I was in middle school, and I also play the ukulele. I don't really do much.
When you say percussionist,
percussion anymore, but
which one are we talking about?
all of it. I used to play vibes and marimba for jazz band, and I was this is all in school, but I was I played like, all of the like orchestra pit for bands. And I was also center snare and drumline.
Cool.
And marching band. Yeah.
Cool.
I was in charge of all the boys. I was like, get in line. You're wrong. I can hear you. So that was awesome. That was so fun. And yeah, but now I play piano. I have like a vintage piano at home and ukulele. And also
wrist...
I started.
Where's your ukulele at? Where's it at? You have it with you now?
It's in my house. I'm in my studio, but my house is over there. But I know I have 3.
I was hoping she could say,
but I also have nails right now.
Well, now I'm thinking of the ukulele singing mermaid.
Yeah. Oh God, you can't make me sing in front of all those people.
Come on.
Hell no.
Yeah.
You know what else I really want?
I did it. I did it for my wedding.
You sang at your own wedding?
What did you sing? What did you sing?
I sang my husband's favorite song.
More importantly, when did you sing
our
it?
favorite.
At what point of the wedding?
I needed to do it earlier, but I did it before, like after the ceremony. I think it was like right after the ceremony.
So like cocktail hour.
Because I just wanted to get it over with. Because I couldn't be like drunk singing. That wouldn't have gone well. But I was like so.
You could.
I was so nervous.
What's the song?
I had to like close my eyes. It was Candy by Paolo Nutini. It's a very sweet song. And I was hoping he would cry. He had dry eyes. He had all of his friends were crying.
Kick his ass.
I know, seriously? I was like, how dare you?
Can you sing a little bit for us?
Put myself out
how
here.
it goes.
No.
Let us hear. I don't know the song.
Oh no.
I'm so glad she said no, just to shut you down for it.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
He keeps putting people on the spot.
That was like the worst experience. Oh, it's horrible. Like I did fine, but like it was just like, I don't want to be that kind of nervous.
No, but that action, the action to sing and to put yourself, be vulnerable in front of everybody, that's beautiful. And I'm sure maybe he didn't cry, but he was probably that would be a great gift.
He cried on the inside, I'm sure.
Inside.
Yeah. Not good enough.
Oh my God.
All his friends cried.
Is he like the opposite of you? Not very creative, very like, or is he also like a creative?
Yeah, he can draw really well, but he's not like passionate about it. But yeah, he was like a rugby player in school. I married like a Scottish jock.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. He's not creative, but he's very, very hardworking and driven.
Did he wear a kilt in the wedding?
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. So he's official. He's legit.
And no, they don't wear underwear underneath.
Yeah, no, that's the right way to wear it. You know that, right?
Free ball.
Yes,
free
that's
ball.
the right way.
Free ball all day.
Yeah.
He gave those.
You're not right if you're wearing underwear under your kilt. Oh, he gave the photographer. They all gave a photographer a show. Oh. They all collectively
all the groomsmen wore kilts.
Their kilts up. Yes,
that's cool.
All the groomsmen wore kilts.
That's cool.
Yep.
Joelle, if your best friend is Scottish and has that kilt, would you do it?
No. Is there a Scottish wedding tradition besides the kilts?
The bagpipes? No.
That's... Like I did walk down the beach to the bagpipe.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
I had a piper.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, because I'm taking on the Craig name, so I felt like it should have been like. I mean, to be honest, I wanted a mariachi band, but
I was gonna say, what if you had dueling, like a mariachi and a band? That's awesome.
I don't know.
Those are the two worst instruments you can put together, I think.
Seriously, those are so two different spectrums.
Oh my God, Talia, I'm gonna find it and we're gonna play it because
I was just in Denver and I was standing right outside the Rocky Stadium, and there was a guy bagpiping fucking late at night, like 9 o'clock at night. He's working.
I want
the streets,
like a
bagpiping,
like a hip hop bagpiper.
No, he was not that
hip hop
guy.
violinist.
Last week, my kids wanted. They're collecting vinyls, so I was like, I'm not paying all these money for all this vinyl, so let's go to the thrift store. Somebody must have passed away, and all there were. So my kids were super excited. We get to the thrift store, and all it was Scottish music.
That's hilarious.
It was like a whole box of collection, and they were like, "We scored!" And when they started looking, it's all Scottish, like
amazing.
Music. So that's
I
funny.
love that.
Too funny.
Scottish music.
All right, give us those questions.
All right, we're ending it off. We're gonna end it. We're gonna ask you some fast questions. You just give us your gut responses, okay?
Oh boy.
I think we already know the first answer though. What is the best sandwich?
Say it.
Ooh, bacon, egg, and cheese on a casserole, and now with mayonnaise.
Yeah,
homemade mayonnaise from whatever that guy's name.
That sounded perverted.
Yeah, homemade mayonnaise.
Very perverted.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Homemade mayonnaise?
Yes.
Pause.
Well, I said handmade mayonnaise. Whoop.
Okay, at the moment, what is your favorite flower?
Zinnia, even though it would probably kill me.
Okay,
straw flowers are like number one, but zinnia is
also
so amazing.
Okay, what is the scariest animal?
Scariest animal? I want to say cockroach.
That counts.
What is the most? Florida
does it count? It's not really an animal,
but
it
counts.
Oh,
do you watch?
One flew
you watch
on
Fallout?
me as I was closing my studio door the other day, and I'm just mortified.
What is the most overrated flower?
Overrated?
We're also going to ask you underrated.
Eucalyptus. Although it makes me sad that that's the most overrated because I actually I have nice childhood memories from eucalyptus because we had a tree and it was just like my favorite smell. But yeah, I'm always like, when people ask for eucalyptus, I'm like, yeah.
What about underrated?
Underrated. I'm trying to look and see what I have in my studio. I do think that the carnations are underrated because people think they're overrated. Because you can get almost any color. They're just straight ruffles. Like, who doesn't love ruffles? And you can like alter them to make many different looking flowers. And they dye really nicely. Like, or not perish nicely, but you can dye them any color and they'll take it.
But they do also dye nicely where they don't like fall apart necessarily. They kind of just
they just stay alive.
Right, yeah. Okay, cool. Yep. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Of course, breathing underwater.
The mermaid way.
Yes, that would just be so wonderful.
There was a video of the girls laughing underwater, and I'm like, I'm gonna try that next time. I'm pretty sure I'll die, but they look so beautiful. Yeah. They were having like a conversation. They were going. I'm like, I'm gonna try that. I'm thinking I'll probably pass away, but at least I'll die happily as a mermaid.
You gotta do what you gotta do for the photo.
Die doing what you love, laughing underwater. This doesn't sound like the worst way to go.
If you could have lunch with a TV or a movie character or an actor or a famous person, who would it be?
Oh God. Well, the first one that comes to my head is Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh,
that's a good one.
She's like one of my favorite people.
I just want to hear her. So I want to hear all the trash about Tim Burton.
I would love to see the differences of their houses because you know how they live next to each other. I want to see how different their houses are from one another.
They're like Frida and Diego, right? They're like
but they still work together. They're stuck. I guess we should add one for her. Like, if you would move into a time generation, what generation would be yours?
Oh, me and my husband talk about this all the time because I would really, for the clothes, I would love for it to be the 60s. However, being a woman in the 60s was not the best.
Right.
But then I could also, if we're not talking about women's situations, probably back into like also for the clothing, maybe like 1800s, 1700s, those dresses. I mean,
I'm like, what was the clothing? The clothing in 1800s?
The dresses.
Corsets. Mimi likes the 70s.
And all the layers and the
70s.
giant skirt.
You guys, if we
the 70s would have been fun.
That's not why I like the 70s. But the second that you can transport somebody to or whatever, if I would do the 70s.
Oh, what kind of flowers do you want at your funeral?
Golds.
So many marigolds. I definitely want some House of Stems. Kristen, if you're listening, get ready. I don't know who's going to go first, but straw flowers and zinnias, since I won't have a reaction.
They won't bother you at that point. Go crazy.
Yeah, lots
Straw
of those.
flowers everywhere.
Will you wear a flower crown
Straw
in
flowers.
the casket? Is the question. A fairy crown.
I better.
Yeah.
But who's gonna make me one?
Well,
I'm gonna have to make one
by
myself.
then you'll
Don't
be an
worry.
educator.
Prior
you'll
planning
be teaching
prevents
Yeah,
a
yeah.
piss
people
poor
will have learned your
performance.
talents by then.
Next year, when you start teaching your classes at Jet Fresh
No,
Studios,
you gotta make one and put it in a vault
Uh-huh.
and keep it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll have my funeral vault started. I'll even put some mechanics in there for
There you go.
people.
There you go.
You know.
What is your go-to drunk food? Late night drinking. You could have anything you want. What would it be?
If I drank too much, it's gonna be pepperoni pizza slice with ranch.
With
I know
ranch.
I'm that girl.
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually what saves.
Oh,
my life
ranch.
at the end
That's
of the day.
what
what
Connor's
Tyler-
fiance.
I know.
has
I'm
to
sorry.
have.
I know you're from New York. I know that's really
you're
offensive.
good. Tyler,
But-
our youngest brother Connor and Tyler are having a ranch fountain at their wedding. It's that serious.
Stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the
I
same
went
thing
out
as
to
the
pick up
what,
a
though?
pizza. and
Wait,
I had
what
to
do you
go
put
back
in
out
it?
for
What do you
ranch.
do?
Right?
There'll be carrots. There'll be wings.
Celery,
there'll be
wings?
celery. You got to do it all, right?
Okay.
If you're gonna do the fountain, you got to do
You
it
gotta
all.
have
You gotta
wings.
do it right.
They gotta
have
do.
wings.
They gotta do something super
Yeah.
weird and put it there. Like
So hold on. Was there another favorite drunk food if you weren't
Yeah.
too drunk? We said one. We said pizza and ranch.
I mean, I've ended up at Taco Bell quite a few
ooh.
times.
You know what?
Love me something.
I just-
late night Taco Bell.
I'm gonna try this after I drink. Another podcast posted this and they showed Taco Bell cinnamon twist with cheese, and then I asked your mom and Tyler
Cheese.
the cheese from Taco Bell, like the nacho cheese. This is a thing. So then it goes like I went on Reddit and
Really?
everybody says it's the most amazing thing. And your mom and Ty and I were talking about it, and Ty was like, I could maybe, but I'm like, no, cinnamon and melt and nacho cheese, it's like a thing. So I'm gonna try it just to
There's
try
so
it.
many weird ones out there, like the Oreos and
Let us
toothpaste
know.
and shit like that. Like
Ew,
there's some weird ones.
what do you
What?
want Oreo
What are you
and
talking
toothpaste?
But you're not even supposed to eat toothpaste.
Listen, I didn't make these things up. I'm just saying that there's people out there that say things taste good together.
Who here is eating toothpaste?
Like
What?
Oreos
Stop.
and
Oreos
cold
and
milk.
mustard, yellow mustard and Oreos apparently is really good. I'm not
Oh,
I'm not
God.
gonna try to
That,
tell
I'd
you.
fight somebody
no.
if
I'm
they
not gonna
gave me
test it,
mustard and
but I've
Oreos.
seen these videos
I'd
that
fight
were-
What
Yeah, I would
about
be
what
really
about these
upset.
people that dunk their French fries in their frosty?
I
That's
support
Wait,
that.
wait,
totally
wait a
Oh,
second.
yeah,
Wait a
that's a
second.
thing.
That is
Okay.
fantastic.
That's normal.
That's okay.
Oh God!
I go
I don't like
Fries.
chocolate
I'll
and
go even
potatoes.
further. I'll dump my chicken nuggets in
Yeah,
the
I'll
frosty.
do the same thing.
guys-
I do the same thing.
McDonald's just announced they released a mini McFlurry. So it's a little tiny
Nice.
version of a
That's too
McFlurry.
small.
And
I
you know
need
what
more
you
than
know
that.
what Susan said? She goes, I need 2 of them. I go, then
Yeah.
you just get one McFlurry.
Doesn't matter. The machine's broken anyway. Doesn't you can't even get
I
it.
go, Susan, you need to
Oh,
have
God.
then
Can't even eat it.
Yeah,
The
you
machine's
can't even
broken.
order. The machine's always broken.
Have you seen the McNug, but Uggs, the McNuggies?
No.
Yes, I saw
They're
those.
Uggs that come in a
No.
giant, like it looks like a giant, the barbecue sauce container.
Uh-huh.
It looks like a giant one of those, and you peel it open, and,
And they're
there's
Uggs?
And there's Uggs
they're-
inside.
and
The
they're
packaging
printed-
is
They're printed
primo.
with the chicken nugget print
No.
on it.
I love food.
McNuggies.
I love food
Right.
packaging. Food packaging is so much fun. Like even when we were looking at the Lunchables that these YouTube guys, Logan Paul and I love them.
They have their own Lunchables.
They Logan Paul and the Mr. Beast got a new Lunchable. Mhm.
Oh God.
It has Prime.
Those
in
guys
it.
have
I also
everything.
just
Logan,
saw that the
Logan
Happy
makes
Meal
me buy him
apparently turns
Mr.
into a
Beast
box.
chocolate.
Yeah,
What? What happened?
I didn't know that.
What'd you
yeah.
say?
The Happy Meal.
Like, did you know that the Happy Meal, there's like something that you rip and it turns into just like a little like plate almost, like plate box thing.
Oh.
I never knew that. I've eaten a lot of Happy Meals, but
They're called
But I
lunch
didn't- I
lunchlies
just
for
learned
is the Mr. Beast Logan Paul.
but like I love like a good knockoff, especially when
It comes
to
with
food.
Feastables and Prime,
I know.
which are their brands.
Feastables and Prime. That's
sounds
hilarious.
delicious.
Logan
Prime is
really
real
loves
bad
that.
for you. Didn't we say that?
No,
Joey?
Yeah.
yes, it just has.
It's
too
like
much.
worse than Gatorade. It's like Gatorade but with way more sugar.
I have not.
You drink it.
The energy drink. That's my
But
pre-workout.
that's the hydration. So the hydration is like a hydrating water, but it has a lot of glucose in it, anyways.
what about you guys? Did you say your junk food?
No,
We don't
haven't
answer
ever
it. We always-
shared
we
it.
always
yeah.
answer
It's all
when-
about the
when the
guest.
guest is
It's
there.
not
It's
about.
not about me.
1,000% for
about
me. It's
you.
pizza. I will 1,000. If it's a late night pizza spot nearby the bar, I'm hitting it up on the
lifesaver.
way out for sure.
It saves you a lot of hangover the
Mhm.
next day.
Mhm.
But I will also breakfast after junk food.
Oh,
always
yeah.
hits. Pancakes, bacon, eggs.
That'll pancakes put you down.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Night.
Coat your stomach.
You ever go night night?
You ever go night?
Talia, have you ever been to a Waffle House?
She's from.
Oh
Florida. She has
yeah,
to
I've been to
Okay,
Waffle
I
House
don't know,
at
just-
4 a.m., 3 a.m.
I haven't been. So after my mermaid shoot, because I won't eat
Wait,
for like
never?
no.
Like ever?
After my mermaid shoot, I won't eat for like a week for my mermaid shoot, and then we'll hit up a Waffle House. So
There's a safe one.
Wait,
There's
where-
a safe Waffle House in Davie.
A safe one.
Yeah, that's not
No,
the thing.
no.
You can't
You
just
want
like,
to
safe
go?
one.
You got to go to the Waffle House that's in Port St. Lucie. That's where all the action's at.
I was gonna say
No,
none
you
of
gotta
them are
go to a
safe
safe
because
one and
after a
enjoy your
certain
food.
hour.
You see some sight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you see some sight.
They're safe during the day, maybe. Are they even open during the day?
They are. I think they're open 24 hours.
I've never been
24
there
hours.
during normal hours.
Me neither. Me neither.
I've
It's
never,
always been
yeah,
that way.
I've only been there sober like a couple times.
What kind of
but-
psychopath is going there sober?
People that lose their fantasy football bets.
What kind of psychopath wants to start their day like that?
Have you seen the video of the fantasy football punishments? But they're all healthy. Like you got to go to therapy for a year. You got to volunteer your hours.
I like
That's great.
I really like that.
That's great. We make the guy. in our
Mimi, you
team-
haven't been to Waffle House.
wears a
Like
tutu
that
and a pink
blows
I
my
went
shirt.
mind.
I went to UCF and I never went to a Waffle House just because the one that was close by on Lafayette was like just too dangerous for me. Like, cause I'm not going to the Waffle House.
Oh, yeah.
Cam was offended by you
I
never being to Waffle House.
I know. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm just. Where are you from?
I-
Actually, it doesn't matter. They're everywhere.
Miami.
They're everywhere.
Who are you?
How do you say waffle in Spanish?
Waffle.
Waffle. She went to
No
Waffle
way.
House.
No
Casa de
way.
Waffle.
No way.
Casa de
I
Waffle.
can't imagine a life without waffles though, and I guess maybe I thought like Waffles House would have like bad waffles just because it's like I don't know.
It's
Is
gonna
there a
blow your
Spanish
mind.
equivalent to the Waffle House?
La carreta.
Oh, that's a Miami equivalent.
That's a buffet
for sure.
breakfast.
No.
No?
Yeah, I used to go to Versailles in the middle of the night sometimes, hit up. And then there was also one on A Street that just served like pan con bistec like in the middle of the night.
Amazing.
Okay, enough food talk.
All right,
I haven't
Joel,
eaten.
Seriously, we're getting hungry.
Still there?
Okay, Talia.
I'm hungry.
Talia, if someone wants to get in contact with you, if they're inspired, if they want to collaborate, if there's somebody, a way for them to reach out to you, what's the best way?
Email, please.
And
It's
what's that email?
petuniasflorals@gmail.com. I'm working on changing it though because I hate it when people call me Petunias Florals, even though I see why they do.
What do you want to be
But
called?
my name is Petunias.
The-
Petunias.
the
That's
mermaid.
just my business name. But nothing was available when I made all my names and my handles and stuff. But Petunia, now it's petunias.floral on Instagram. However, the messages do get a little lost sometimes, you know, because now they're putting your notifications in the messages, or the DMs. So I always say email if you want something, if you have an inquiry. Take a couple days to get back to you sometimes, depending on how busy I am, but I will get back to you.
You need to lock in
But yeah, email's the
fairycrowns.com.
And if there was, if there was somebody,
petuniasfairycrowns.com.
You need to lock that in, yeah.
do you sing like the Little
Oh.
Mermaid songs? Like, are those like?
I wanna be
I
other
used
people.
to, yeah.
Is
Sing
that
in
the
the shower
better
all the
question?
time.
Is that
That's
the
what I
go-to
thought of.
Disney
Look,
movie?
no, look
Is
at
that the
this stuff.
go-to, or do you?
Isn't
or
it
Isn't it
neat?
neat?
Wouldn't you think my collection's
Yeah.
complete?
Keep
Wouldn't
going.
you
Keep
think
going.
I'm the girl?
all the girls
girl
know
who
that
has everything.
I'm impressed,
Look at
Fern.
this stuff.
Keep going. I'm
Treasures are
impressed.
told.
That is like
Keep
the
going.
number
Don't change the
one-
subject.
No, I'm stopping.
Fern.
That's it.
Keep
I'm done.
going.
No, I know
Keep
the whole song. I
singing,
can
you're
sing
gonna
you the
grow
whole
that
movie.
tail.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I'm great.
heard
I'm good.
Yeah,
Come on.
prove it.
If we keep singing, we'll grow our
Prove
tail.
it.
Prove it.
Yeah,
Prove
see,
it.
your tail disappears if you sing the whole song.
Shit,
Just
that's
humor
great.
me. What is the next line? Just humor me.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? And I lose it
got
after
Got
that.
gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
I got
already
who's
know
it
that's
and
not-
what's it galore. You want thingamabobs? I got
20.
20.
Okay.
Who cares? No big deal.
I want it more.
Yes.
Whatever I
Mermaid.
smoke, I'm not
Me made.
smoking
Do
that
some
no more.
Me
scales.
made and Fern me.
What?
Me made and Fern me. Fern Mimi.
Oh,
Fern Mimi?
shit, this is too much.
Fern
Let's
Mimi.
please keep those alive. Let's
Please.
please keep those names alive.
Too funny.
Fresh fast.
Talia, if there was somebody you would like to suggest to be a future guest on our podcast, who would that be?
Gadgets and gizmos.
Oh, my girl, Marcella.
Marcella. She's gotta come on.
You guys better
great.
get ready. She's hilarious.
Did
you already have her? No.
No,
we
we haven't.
haven't. Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask
Okay.
her. I also yesterday she was shopping in the cash and carry, and I went out there and I go, "Can I take a picture of your hair? I want my hair to look just like yours."
Her hair is looking so good
she
right
looks
now.
so great. I love her. She's so amazing.
She is awesome. Yes, so we got to get her on. We got definitely
That's a
gotta
good
get
one.
her on.
Yeah, save some time for her because she is so funny.
Yeah.
I love talking with her. It's just about nothing and everything.
Yeah, it's the best.
She's my first flower friend.
What do you mean?
She got me to Miami.
The enthusiast.
Your first flower.
She loves to
friend.
work
Oh,
with
yeah.
Gerber daisies.
Nobody helped you before that?
Yeah. She's the first one. We actually met on Instagram.
That's
We were just
awesome.
liking each other's stuff, and then she called me to do the she flew me in to do the Latin Billboard Music Awards.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's how
You said that
That's where I love
way too
Boston.
nonchalantly. Like, oh yeah, she just flew me in for the
You
Latin
know,
Billboard
it was
Grammys.
just a Latin Billboard.
No big
Grammys.
deal.
Who
Mark
cares?
Anthony wore my
that
flowers.
was nuts. That was the craziest event. That girl, she's crazy. The stuff that she agrees to, I'm just like, whew, you are loca. But I go and help as much as I can.
That's awesome.
She gets it done.
Fuck
She
yeah.
does it. She does it well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a wizard.
Love it.
You'll have fun with her.
Gerber daisies.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
she's,
yeah, her,
she's like a specialist
Yeah,
of the
her
Gerber
red
daisies,
was
almost.
Yeah. We should bring her to Rosa Flora.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Make it happen.
yes,
Candidate.
That'd be a good
she
one.
definitely.
Talia, all of a
She would
sudden,
love that.
mermaids like Gerbers too.
They have mermaids in
Yes.
Canada.
Yep.
Mermaids do love Gerberas. Mermaids love flowers. I am the flower mermaid. You know.
Yes,
my Rosa
we
Flora
definitely know
shoot,
that.
for my shoot, I'm also bringing in the snapdragons from Rosa Flora. So
Cute.
that's very oceany.
Yes. Yes. They're adorable. I made a little thing for the Edie Parker. It was not sponsored, but I just love that brand, and I put little joints in their mouths. So cute, and they have those little teeth. You know? Oh my
Yeah.
God, they're so adorable.
Love it.
Yeah.
No more. We're good. Signing off.
Yeah, we're gonna sign it
You
off
got
right
any
now.
more
I'm just gonna
questions?
throw this out there. I'm gonna manifest it in the world. When we
Manifest
do
it.
our Floor 20 workshop, whatever that means,
Hmm.
this is a good candidate.
This is a great candidate for that.
Choose me. I'll do it.
All right, we got a plan for
I'll
that.
do
We'll
lots
make a
for you
plan
guys.
Floor 20.
After
guys are my
November, once
favorite.
this becomes legal, we are allowed to do it.
Yeah, fully.
There we go.
Fully
Oh,
allowed
I
to do
see
it.
what you're saying.
Floor 20. Floor
Floor.
20.
Floor 20.
Yes, please. Lord,
Flowers and
20.
flowers.
I love that concept. I'm so down.
All right, we're gonna
That's
manifest.
soon, right? That can,
We're gonna
is
make
it
that
legal
happen.
soon.
Yes.
I'm down. You just let me know. I'll be there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing mermaid episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, and very little ugly. Joelle, Ryan, Mimi, Mike, Talia, thank you so much for sharing from Petunia's Florals. Reach out to her, give her a call. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.